Making Schindler's List was an experience that truly changed my life. Filming just outside the gates of Auschwitz-Birkenau, I realized that had I been standing on that exact spot at a different point in time, I more than likely would have been killed too. I remember talking to a lot of survivors during the production. How did you survive?
By miracle.
It was one of the first moments that made me realize that there were many, many stories that needed to be told. That's how the Shoah Foundation began. It began, I guess, my wanting to continue Schindler's List.
It was a tremendous undertaking. There were thousands of people all over the world who came together to collect the 52,000 survivor testimonies.
Je mène une interview de Madame Annie Abelansky.
The location is London, England.
Henryk Mandelbaum, nazwany w języku polskim.
Malka de Hausmann.
The original collection was taken in 56 countries in 32 languages. The survivors gave us their testimony so that we would tell the world and educate future generations.
I'm at an age where I don't know how much longer I'll be here. I felt it's important that it's not forgotten.
The survivors who give us their stories trusted us to hold on to those stories and teach with them far into the future. So it's our responsibility to preserve them, to make sure that they're here now and 100 years from now.
Here is a place where we explore ideas of all kinds. We want our students to understand the world as broadly as we can, and the Shoah Foundation does that. It really addresses humanistic problems. From a research perspective, this is an unbelievable tool, thinking not only about our own scholarship, not only about what we can accomplish here at USC, but what we can put out there in the world.
This archive is based at USC, but we have many university partners around the world. We work with faculty and students in many disciplines. Students are watching testimony in their own languages, learning what it means to be human and to go through that experience and to make it part of their story in the world today.
We're going to be listening to individual stories because history happens to individuals.
Two little boys came in and they were looking at my father, just staring at him. The one said, well, we were told when you look at you in the eye, you can see the devil in there. He says, I just wanted to see if that's true. A little 8-year-old kid.
Genocides have not stopped since the Holocaust. It's really important to expand the archive with new content.
We're now collecting testimony from a variety of different genocides that have taken place in recent history. We really can't compare human suffering, but the causes and consequences of violent and genocidal societies we need to understand better and deeper.
All these examples of intolerance and racial hatred have to be taught, so the young people, the next generation, will never allow this to ever happen again.
Young people are forming who they want to be. They're developing their identity. They're figuring out what they think about things, how they should be behaving.
I always feel guilty, like if something happens to someone else and I just sit by and watch because I don't want to get involved. And I think it's important that you do get involved.
There will be occasions when we have to make the choice. Are we bystanders or do we act?
Our attitudes really do matter to the way in which the world works. If we can't make this work in our own backyard, we'll never make it work in the world.
When you see an injustice, stand up and speak up and take a stand.
Try to understand each other. And if you cannot love each other, at least respect each other.
We have a message. We were there, we can talk about it.
I've seen young people, young students who have seen these testimonies. It does change them. And that always gives me hope that the more we get this out into the world, thousands and someday millions of young people will be in some way changed by this. And these survivors who are now educators, they can change the world.